Yo guys, are you ready for the next episode of our epic adventure? Welcome back to Anime Max, where we dive deep into the world of anime and explore the most intriguing theories out there. Now let's get started. Today we'll go through the latest chapter of One Piece, chapter 1073. It's a chapter that has left fans buzzing with excitement because it revealed the real name of one of the Gorosei, a group of powerful individuals that play a big role in the One Piece world. Now, I don't want to give away too much, but let me just say that this reveal has opened up a whole new level of understanding for the series. Not only do we know that the Gorosei are 5 of the 7 most powerful people in One Piece, and how they keep the world in balance, but we also have a better understanding of what might have really happened between the Gorosei, Imo, and Joy Boy, and how characters like Lucci and Blackbeard tie into all of it. The Gorosei that got revealed in chapter 1073 is this guy here with the white locks and the massive scar across the left side of his face. His real name is Saint J. Garcia Saturn, and I have to say, it's a name that truly no one expected. But the thing is, you won't believe how much information we can pull from just this one name. It's mind-blowing. So, one of the first things that we can deduce from this chapter is that the Gorosei truly are celestial dragons themselves. This was actually only revealed quite recently in the manga. For the longest time, it was believed that the Gorosei were simply in charge of running the world while the celestial dragons themselves enjoyed their luxurious lives. However, during the Dressrosa arc, it was revealed that the Gorosei are nobles with much more power than someone like the guy Luffy punched in the slave auction house. The introduction of the Gorosei in the story of One Piece was not met with much fanfare, as they were initially presented as political figures. However, as the series progressed, other characters such as Admiral Yonko, First Mates, and even Doflamingo and Kuma were given much more emphasis in terms of their combat strength and presence in the story. To suddenly suggest that the Gorosei are much stronger than any other characters we have met so far would be arbitrary and a disservice to Oda's writing style. The main reason for the Gorosei's arrival in the story is plot-related, as they are likely to take control of the Seraphim again. We have seen the Seraphim switch sides multiple times, but now that everything has calmed down, the arrival of the Gorosei members means that the Seraphim are about to switch sides again. This is a bigger combat threat than the Gorosei members themselves, as their arrival means that they will have absolute command over the Seraphim, even above Vegapunk. Character-wise, we are also set to learn more about Kuma and Bonnie's backstory. We will likely get insight into how the Celestial Dragons and the Gorosei specifically played a role in Kuma's suffering. This will establish the Celestial Dragons and the Gorosei as the main antagonists of the final saga, as we will see their villainous actions in a very personal way through Kuma's tragic past. The arrival of the Gorosei member at this time in the story is perfectly timed to coincide with the conflict that will be revealed in Kuma's backstory and solidify the Celestial Dragons as the final villains of the story. Now, one thing I won't forget to mention is the appearance of Stussy, one of the members of Kaido's crew. She plays a big role in this chapter, as she is the one who reveals Denjiro's true identity to Kaido. Stussy is one of the most pleasant surprises out of any of the side characters or initial minor villains that we've ever been introduced to. And going all the way back, this is actually the second time that we've gotten a major twist out of her character. Let me explain. Stussy was initially introduced in the whole Cake Island arc, where she was one of the heads of the underworld along with so many of other characters we've met, like Big News Morgan and the rest of them. So initially, she was just Stussy, queen of the pleasure quarter, but this in itself was a great setup because it was something that was planted much earlier in the whole Cake Island, as this mysterious part of the new world that Caesar had blown all of his money and funding from Big Mom at. And then we got the reveal that says she's actually a major, like a major agent of CP0. This is a great example of how One Piece is able to plant seeds in earlier arcs that come to fruition in later arcs, making for a more cohesive and satisfying story. And with Stussy's true identity now revealed, it's exciting to see how her character will continue to develop and impact the final saga. At the end of the Whole Cake Island arc, we were left with a really cool twist that Stussy was a clone and working for Vegapunk, not CP0. And now we're finding out that she's not only a clone, but she's also a vampire in some sense. And the original body of who she's a clone of is a former member of the Rock's pirate crew. That's 4 different twists all in one, and this character has come a long way. Oda has really been jerking us left and right in terms of what to expect out of Stussy, because again, she initially just seemed like one of the several different underworld mafia heads, and she's turned out to be so much more. Not just a prominent member of CP0, but potentially one of the most important characters that we're going to get in all of One Piece. This chapter, 1073, really was dedicated to her, with her getting her cool scene at the beginning of the chapter, taking out Lucci of all people, and then the latter half of the chapter, it seems like we're getting the original version of her, who seems to have a much different personality. This chapter is a great example of how One Piece is able to keep us on our toes and keep us guessing, which is one of the things that makes this series so exciting. We can't wait to see what's in store for our beloved Straw Hat Pirates and their journey to become the Pirate King. So let's all sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride as we delve deeper into the world of One Piece. Oh, before we continue, if you find this video as exciting and intriguing as I do, don't hesitate to hit the like button, as it means a lot to us and helps us grow. Now back to the episode. As fans of One Piece, we are constantly on the edge of our seats with each new chapter that is released, and chapter 1073 is no exception. One of the most exciting and surprising aspects of this chapter is the character development of Stussy. From her initial introduction as a queen of the Pleasure Quarter to her revelation as a member of CP0 and now as a clone working for Vegapunk, Oda has truly outdone himself in terms of her complexity and depth. Not only that, but her comical and reactive nature adds an extra layer of intrigue and endearment to her character. With Stussy, it's clear that Oda has a masterful way of taking even the smallest of characters and making them integral to the story. She's quickly becoming one of our favorite characters to watch as the final saga of One Piece unfolds. But now, let's talk about Lucci. While he may have been taken out in the end, it's important to remember that he was a formidable opponent who made smart decisions and proved to be a competent fighter. It's true, many of us may have expected Luffy to take him out quickly, but Lucci held his own for 2 chapters, which is a respectable showing considering the powered up Luffy we've seen in Wano. Lucci may have been defeated in the Gear 5th fight, but that doesn't mean he's any less of a formidable fighter. The sense of humor and gags played on him during the fight may have made him the butt of jokes, but it doesn't take away from his combat capabilities. However, Lucci was also humiliated by Stussy, who got the upper hand on him, much like how Lucci betrayed his comrades in Water 7 and revealed himself to be a member of CP9. Now, Cecilia reveals that she's not a member of CP0 and has been allied with Vegapunk for a long time, adding an interesting twist to Lucci's character. It's exciting to see One Piece villains come back and still be a formidable force to be reckoned with. Lucci as a character had a certain sense of karmic retribution coming for him. As we have seen in the past few chapters, his actions have finally caught up with him and he has received the consequences he deserved. However, I do not believe that this portrayal of his character is negative, but rather it is a reflection of the actions he has taken throughout the story. It is a taste of his own medicine, and it is something that he had coming to him. In addition, I also believe that Oda established that Stussy probably couldn't take Lucci on straight up. Various comments from Stussy herself and other characters have mentioned that Stussy probably took him by surprise, and that is something that I believe is true as well. Despite this, it is not a disrespect to Stussy, as she still displayed impressive skills in techniques such as the CP9 technique of Kami that caught Lucci off guard and allowed her to take out 2 other CP0 agents, who are notable for being very strong characters. Furthermore, Stussy has proven to be a very capable and smart character, as seen in Whole Cake Island, where she was able to seize the right opportunity and betray her fellow mafia heads. It is clear that she is set to be an important figure in Madame Baki and Miss Buckingham's grand scheme of things. I'm super excited to see more of Stussy's character development. In terms of the Seraphim, I'm also eagerly anticipating what role they will play in the overall story and how they will impact the characters we have come to know and love. Overall, I'm excited to see the direction in which this story will continue to unfold and the impact it will have on the characters and their journey. The recent chapter of One Piece has presented us with a thrilling and engaging battle between the highly skilled swordsman Zoro and the formidable Mihawk Seraphim. This encounter not only showcased the impressive abilities of both characters, but it also gave us a glimpse into the potential for future battles between them. It is clear that Mihawk Seraphim was taken aback by Zoro's strength, as he was able to stop his attack and seemingly remain unfazed. Additionally, we were also treated to a thrilling moment for Sanji, as he displayed his incredible speed and agility by dodging the lasers from the Mihawk Seraphim. It is important to note that the Mihawk Seraphim we see in this chapter is not at his full maturity, and we can expect to see even more impressive abilities from him in the future. This is particularly significant when we consider that he is already known for his incredible strength, having cut the mountain at the center of Amazon Lily in half and giving Blackbeard a Yonko a moment of surprise. Furthermore, the chapter ended with the appearance of one of the Gorosei, a character with a grand and powerful name. While some fans have speculated that the Gorosei may be stronger than the Admirals or even the Yonko, it is important to remember that this portrayal and scaling should be taken into consideration throughout the One Piece world. Well, that's it for my review of One Piece Chapter 1073. Do let me know if I missed out on something, or if you have some interesting theories on the chapter down in the comments. And to keep up to date with the One Piece world, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Peace.